Let's go. It's Thursday, 9 a.m., and we are here. And we are going to break down how to structure a virtual event. Too many Too many times I see people do live webinars and they are not doing it right. We put the blueprint down and you guys are just not picking it up. So in this video, I'm gonna give you the blueprint on how to structure your live events. Let's go! That's my intro. That's what I do for my intro until I get my intro. How y'all doing today? Are y'all live and blessed? What's going on? Let's see the people in the building. I did a blast for this early. So we should have a lot of people in here. Listen, I've been dropping a lot of game for a lot of days. I think technically this is like 15 of the 16th live that I've been giving you some great information, some tangible information that you can apply to your business today. Now, who has applied this information to their business today? Who has? Put a yes in the chat if you've been watching my lives and you've been applying this information. Because real talk, this information could change everything for you. You know, one thing that you can learn could change your whole entire life, right? Your business, your personal life, your business life, your professional life. One thing, right? And sometimes you just got to figure that out. What's that one thing? And today, this is going to be, if you do webinars, this is going to be a great class for you. If you don't do webinars, then it might be time for you to start webinars. But you know, I created a YouTube channel a couple years ago. I had a bunch of different directions. The first direction was my weight loss challenge, and I lost 80 something pounds, and it was all documented on YouTube, right? And I grew the channel to, you know, I think it was like 10,000, 9 to 10,000 subscribers. Just by talking about, you know, I was using a drug that was really like under the radar, and then it became popular. So it was an easy way to get engagement. It was like a current events for the health industry because it was talked about so much. So anytime you Google that drug, my video will come up, and I was talking about it like 3-4 times a week. So I knew I can grow my channel really fast. So if you are an original subscriber, yeah, shout out to you. I don't use it anymore, but I will say it definitely helped me lose a lot of weight, and shout out to that. But I then shifted and I started to talk about business, the things that I love, right? Technology, I do reviews, I do all these different things, right? I'm bringing people to my channel with the things I love, which I loved losing weight, so I can't front on that. But now, how do you create a platform? How do you create a platform with YouTube? How do you make YouTube a generating source of leads, right? How do you create leads from YouTube like over and over again so I don't have to spend millions and thousands and hundreds of dollars on ads? Well, believe this or not, InvestFest, we didn't really spend any money for ads, and we're able to get 25,000 people. Every time I tell somebody that, the first thing they say, no way, how? No way, how? And the profit margin becomes, it's so much higher because we don't spend millions of dollars for ads, and we're able to get hundreds and thousands of people. Reason being is because we created a platform. And today I want to kind of break down how, if you don't have a platform yet, I want to break down how you create that platform, the structure. So this is a framework on how to create the platform. Let me just load this. This webinar. Oh, this is the old one. Let's see right now. Ooh, unlock. We just load it, and we're gonna get going. The YouTube live system. Y'all ready? Put yes in the chat if y'all ready to go. Put yes in the chat if y'all ready to go. Now listen, how I built this class. If anybody knows how I built this class, then shout out to you. But how I built this class, how I built all the classes. I literally word vomit the whole entire process. Then Notion takes it, puts it in class format, and because everybody's asking how you make these presentations. puts it in class format, and then I take the class format and put it into Notebook LM. Notebook LM and Notebook LM, I put it as a source, and then sometimes I put my logo, so the logo will be all over it, and then I ask it to make it a slide. Simple as that, and it comes out with these beautiful, beautiful looking presentations. So, if y'all want to create a live system, let's go. Let's break it in. Let's go. The launch treadmill. So, the traditional way of doing webinars and things like that is cool, right? But it was missing a component. The component was adding organic growth to that engine, right? Because what's happening is people are paying to be a part of this webinar that you're doing, right? Or people are registering to be a part of this webinar that you're doing, right? And once the webinar goes live, it's behind a wall. So anybody that didn't know about it, anybody that didn't pay for it, is never going to see this webinar that you probably provided so much game, so much value. No one's going to see it. We don't get no traffic after the fact. We don't get no traffic during the fact, and we don't get no traffic before the fact. How do we fix this? And this is what we're going to be going into today. So this is the way, right? The purple, right? Everyone comes and registers, right? Excuse me. It could be a simple sign-up form. It don't have to be complicated. Don't get too crazy with these funnels. Everybody thinks the funnels make it. You gotta, when I come to your page, I gotta know what it's for, why I'm gonna do it, when it's gonna be, and is it going to help me grow or transform? That's it. Those 4 things need to be answered. If those 4 things are answered, they're gonna come and register. So the registration form doesn't have to be complicated. Once they register, they're gonna get 2 links, right? If they registered, they're gonna get a YouTube link, right? Now, if they want to upgrade and get into a VIP room, they want to ask questions, then they're going to go into a different room, right? Now, that room could still be a private room. It's okay to make that room a private room, right? Because that could be the Zoom link, that could be the StreamYard link, whatever tool that you use to go live, that could be that link. That's cool, right? Because those are paid people that are really engaged and want to be like interactive. They want to ask questions, and they want the resources that come with the purchase. So that is okay, right? Now, group A that just registered and didn't pay any money, normally they would get another link that would go to a webinar that's behind a wall. And that's say no. Put no in the chat. We're not doing that no more. We're not doing that no more. Now what we're going to be doing is putting a YouTube link, right? A YouTube link, which you can make prior to creating the registration form, prior to doing all this, you can make using Ecamm, you can make using StreamYard. You can make a YouTube link that you can give to someone ahead of the live, right? I sent the email out and a text out today, and that link I got because I scheduled this Zoom. Simple as that. I scheduled a Zoom. I scheduled a YouTube link. If you schedule a YouTube live, they'll give you a link that you can promote ahead of time. All right, so we got that. No more links that go behind a wall. Give a link to YouTube, and we're going to break this down. So let's just say we're going to work with 1,000 people, right? We paid for 1,000 people to be on this live, right? Now, I'm always going to kind of compare it so you can kind of understand. So I paid how much ever for 1,000 people to be on this live. That's a lot. It's a lot of money probably, and it's a lot of people. A lot of people to be. Imagine a room. I want you to go to ChatGPT and say, show me a room with 1,000 people. That's a lot of people, right? Now you get 1,000 people that you paid for to be in this in this room. Now, if it's not on YouTube and it's behind a paid wall, the most people you're gonna have is those 1,000 people, right? Now let's change one thing. Let's change one thing with our virtual event. Let's take that link and let's put it onto YouTube, right? Now it's on YouTube. Those 1,000 people Because it has 1,000 people on the live, YouTube's like, wait, this must be something good. This must be something that more people need to see. YouTube is going to automatically put it into the algorithm. And when you log in that you aren't subscribed to my YouTube, but you're a person that would YouTube thinks you would benefit from this live, you're going to be right there. Right there. When you log in, you're going to be right on the top, and it's going to have a little red mark that says live. I'm going to click it. So now what does that do? That gives me access to 400% more of the audience, of an organic audience that I didn't even pay for. I didn't even pay for it. They didn't know about it. They didn't know about it, right? They just found out by YouTube, and they have a chance to upgrade or buy an offer that I present. That's 200 to 300% more people. So now you have 4,000 people watching the live versus 1,000. Tell me, why does it make sense to put a webinar link that you're doing for free anyway behind a wall that you have to register for? Tell me why. Because now you're getting two things. You're getting the emails, because most people say, I want the emails. You're getting the emails, right? Because you're getting the emails to the people that would have normally seen it and registered, right? Cool. You're getting the emails. But after they give you the email, just give them the YouTube link. And you might be thinking, well, they're going to catch on. You already got their email. The people that don't know, don't know. The people that know. They're going to, you can contact them and email them and let them know that you're doing a live. One shift changes everything. I want you to say that. Say that out loud right now. One shift changes everything. So this is the architect of promotion of the entire growth link, right? So the first thing is promotion, right? Your organic growth, through Instagram, whatnot, paid ads. 1 to 6 weeks, you're going to get a substantial amount of people, right? The cool thing is you're going to be able to get registrations, right? You're going to get some free, you're going to get some VIP, you give them a chance to, order bump, right, on the registration. And the cool thing is, on the live, you also tell them that if you want to keep the recording, if you want to ask questions, whatnot, upgrade to VIP, put a VIP link on your live. So now those 3,000 people that never registered, they may register. And then, you segment the link where you're giving the Zoom link to the VIP, you're giving another link to YouTube, and you have automations. I do a right away email, right? Write this down. I do a right away email. When you first sign up, you get an email. Oh, what happened? I do 3 days later just to remind you. I do 24 hours before the event, and I do an hour before the event. So if you register for one of my webinars, that's the emails that you get. And then you do the live event broadcast on YouTube, and you have it on Zoom, and and the post event, all that, right? This is the structure, right? I want to get into it. Now, this is the registration. I don't want to put too much emphasis on this, but this is basically this is the blueprint right here, right? You want a name and email. What I realize is the phone number, make it optional, because that is going to deter people from even signing up. Because if you make it where they have to put it, they're just going to say, I'm not going to do it. So make that number optional, or don't put it at all. And when they submit, you want it to be a YouTube link, and hey, you want access to ask questions and resources, then you do a paid link, right? This cool, like, you're not trying to make money off the upgrade. The upgrade is helping you pay for some of the promotion that you've been spending. So if you spend $1,000 for ads, you want to see that whatever upgrade is, you want that upgrade to pay for that $1,000. You're not trying to make money off the upgrade, right? So this is how you design your VIP offer. A free pass gives you live attendance, public chat, and no replay, right? Which is cool for free, right? They're getting all the information in your webinar, right? They're able to, put in the chat. Sometimes you might, I'll be on a webinar sometimes, and I may just say, oh shoot, let me talk about that, right? Let me answer that. But you're guaranteed to get your questions answered when you get Zoom, right? So now you get lifetime replay, you get templates, you get private Q&A, and you get access to a community, right? How great is that, right? And it's usually between $15 and $50. That's a bargain offer, right? That is a bargain offer. That is something like you don't have to worry about downloading the presentation. You don't have to worry about if you miss something. You don't have to worry about being there to watch the live. You can actually go back and watch it because for $15, $20, $30, it's worth it, right? Because 9 out of 10 times, people that give these webinars is giving a lot of game, right? Let me go to the next one. So this is how you want to structure your show, right? The first thing is you want to have like some intro videos. You want to have testimonials. You can have a countdown. You can have play some music, but you want to get people in the room, right? You want to get people in the room, but you also want to have something on the screen that's letting them know what's about to happen. Like give them an idea of what's about to happen, because that organic growth that's going to be coming to your page, they don't know who you are. They don't know what this is. They just see a bunch of people on the live. So they're gonna just tap in. So the people that don't have no idea, let them know what you're about to do. They don't know if the webinar started, if it's over. They don't know anything. So that's why you want to let people know. Then the 5 to 15 minutes, it could be a welcome, an agenda, just kind of giving you an idea of what's about to happen. But you also want to let people know, listen, if you do want to ask questions, if you do want to go into the private room, there's an option, click below or something like that, right? And then you get into the content, you get into your presentation, and you do what you got to do. And then the last 30 minutes of the webinar, you say, well, now you can take people from the live webinar and you can bring them into the breakout room, right? So now you could just close YouTube, and now you could just go Zoom only. So what happens is, have you ever heard of something called the fear of missing out? It's something called the fear of missing out. When you turn off that YouTube link and you're about to go into something private, everybody's like, well, I want that. I want that. You're going to notice you're going to get a lot more people sign up to VIP at that very moment, because they've realized that all this game that was just given, I don't want to miss nothing. I don't want to miss nothing. So you want to take the YouTube live down, right? It did its job. Take it down, turn it off, and then go into Zoom. And that's the runner show that you want to keep during your live webinar. Selling while live without being awkward. The easiest way is when the webinar starts is I had like when we did our live last week, there was a lot of things that happened in the beginning. But typically the easiest way is Denise is going to give an amazing presentation on how to set up a Notion and how powerful Notion is for your business, and how it can help you and buy back some of your time, right? And if you're looking to buy back 10, 20, 30 hours a week of your time, who would like that, right? Now, Denise is going to do something special. She's going to give 5, maybe 10 people an opportunity to be able to allow her to set it up in your business for a small fee, right? Or something like that, right? Whatever. Maybe not the small fee, but letting them know that you're going to get an opportunity to work with Denise after her presentation. She's going to give an opportunity to 5 to 10 people to work with her. That already knows, like, she's going to give a presentation, and after the presentation, she's going to present something where you're going to be able to work with her further than this webinar. That's what you call a soft mention, right? The VIP, you can simply go, if you do have questions, there's a link at the bottom. You can click that, and then you can ask your question through that link. Simple as that. That's like a bonus drop. And then the fear of missing out. Once you turn off that YouTube link and go dark, and then you're telling everybody, we're gonna go to the Zoom room because we're gonna go private room and answer questions. That's the fear of missing out. That's done deal. Now, cool thing is, I do see this on here, the QR codes, pin links in the chat. Like, you want to pin your link to upgrade in the chat, which we did, right? And automations, like, there should be definitely text and email automation, but I don't really like to work with the automations in the YouTube chat. But what I do like is the QR code. I promoted the event with the QR code all over the place. So that QR code is pretty cool because where do most people watch YouTube at? Anybody know? Where do most people watch YouTube at? They watch it on TV. So if they're watching it on TV, they're going to take out their phone and scan the barcode, and they're going to upgrade on their phone. I'm just telling you. We're going to bypass this one. All right, so now you did a successful event. You've had 200 to 300 people on your webinar, right? What happens now? You have to send, this is important, send a Q&A, a questionnaire on all the different questions asking, how'd you like it? What was the best thing you got from it? Which are you ready to purchase? What is stopping you from purchase? All these different questions, right? Right after the webinar, like less than 24 hours, right? Confirmation email should be going next. This is all automation. This should be all set up before you even stepped on the webinar. Next email should be, did you get this email, right? Did you get this email first? Just wanted to confirm that you got the previous email, and I wanted to just go over everything that we covered in this email, right? And then the next day, this is like a 3-day sequence. The next day has to be, listen, I know you missed, I know you may have not purchased yet. We got 2 or 3 more spots available. We would love to see you a part of this, or whatever, however you say it in your way. But you want to give them another opportunity to be a part of the offer. If the offer didn't sell out, right? If the offer didn't sell out, if it sells out, because this is something, the offer that we promoted, right? This was something that we really could only do like 5 or 10 people because it's manual labor. She has a team, but it's very, you have to really like dissect the business and pull back all the layers from the business and import. You're literally building your whole entire brain and foundation of your business. That's why it's called the headquarters. It becomes your headquarters. Like this literally would function without you after this. After you have the Notion headquarters, your business can literally function without you because every asset, every SOP, everything is inside the Notion. So everything's going to function without you running in the business. So that's why it's so powerful. So it's the last we're going to talk about. It's the mindset shit, right? Trends. Who wants to be a trend? You want to be a trend? You want to do this? Come here and like, it's a lot of things in trend, right? BlackBerry was a trend. Everybody was doing the bleep. I just looked at my phone. But a trend is cool, right? For the moment, right? The quarter zips is a trend. It's going to be cool right now, right? Next year, you won't even hear about a quarter zip. Or you want to be something like an Earn Your Leisure. That's been here for 7 years, strong, right? And it's going to continue to be here. It's going to be a household name. Who wants to be a Nike? Who wants to be an Apple? Well, this is setting the foundation for your Apple, for your Earn Your Leisure. This is what this is doing. Because by you going live on YouTube, you're allowing your growth to grow. You're going to get more subscribers. You're going to get more people that know you. Right? You're going to get more, you can get super chats, so you can get different revenue streams. You're going to get AdSense, so you can get revenue stream from that. Everything in your life or everything on your YouTube platform changes. And if you say you do this like once a month, every single month, you have a lead generation tool that's going to, every month you're taking away advertising dollars from that ad spend because YouTube is growing parallel to the ad spend. So eventually it's going to be more people coming from YouTube than it'll be coming from ad spend. And now you create a platform that you don't need to rely on ads. You don't need to rely on paid marketing. You don't have to rely, you can rely on your own platform. And then anytime you have something that you want to promote, you no longer have to worrying about finding people or going fishing, right? Because it's a saying, you can teach someone how to fish, right? Or you can go give them a fish, right? I know it's a little weird, but what I'm saying is I don't want to have to go fishing every day. I don't want to have to go find my new meal. I want something that's called predictable income, right? Continuity, That's what I want. And when you build a platform, you have some type of predictable income because you know who's going to be there, how many people's going to be there, and what's going to happen. If you read your analytics correctly, you're going to know how many people are going to buy, how many people are going to stay, how many people are going to share, how many people are going to subscribe. You're going to start to know because you've got a platform. We know everything is going to happen when we put out an offer out every single time. So with that, that's what you want to do. That's what's going to change everything. That one shift, that one mindset shift in your business is going to change everything for your business. And I pray and hope that you implement this strategy inside your business, and let me know, share it on Instagram, tag me, let me know how it works for you. After your first webinar, your first virtual event, let me know how it worked out for you. I would love to see, how it went, because listen, we all building together. I'm gonna keep doing this 9 a.m. on the weekdays. We like 3 weeks in, y'all. We almost done with week 3. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Go check it out. 9 a.m. tomorrow. I'll see y'all later.